Bookish friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading, and for today's video I am super excited to come at you guys with a monthly TBR for the month of August. This is going to be part 1 of my August TBR because in the month of August there's a bunch of readathons happening, and so one of the readathons that I'm participating in is going to be Readathin, that is hosted by my friend Donna over at Mom's Book Collection. I'll leave her channel down below. It's also hosted by Manda over at Manda the Biblio. I'll leave their channel and their Instagram down below. All the people that are hosting are going to be down below. All the information for the reading prompts and self-care prompts as well will be listed down below. I'm not going to be sharing the self-care prompts just because I feel like it would take too much time up, because I have to show you an amazing TBR that I made for myself. So this is going to be my TBR and like announcement video for Readathin, I guess. I have all the challenges here on my phone. The only ones that are not picked out for books for me to read yet are the dice roll challenge, which we'll be doing on camera, or picking a book based off of its covers. So without further ado, let's jump into the challenges. There's a couple here. I think there's 12 in total. So challenge 1 is to read a book based on the colors of your last read. You can read a book that's the same color, a complementary color, or even a mix of colors on your cover, just based on the colors somehow. So literally, for example, I'm in the middle of 2 books right now, so if I wanted to, I could do orange or pink for this one, because the main character's t-shirt is orange and there's a bunch of pink on the cover. I'm halfway through this one right now. I'm hoping to finish this one tonight, actually, so this might get read in the month of July. If not, it might get rolled over into August, but I would have to find a pink book since that's the most colored use on this book. Or if I wanted to, I could do it based off of my fantasy book that I'm reading right now, and that is House of Marion by J.L. This is first in a young adult fantasy trilogy, not adult. And I'm really loving this one. I am more than halfway through this one, so you'll definitely see this in my July wrap up at the end of today. I have that much left of it, which is amazing. And I could do black if I wanted to, or I can also do pink again. So whichever color I wanted to do, I can do that, because there's also pink on the end pages and also on the synopsis. But yeah, and there's also pink on the beautiful naked hardcover. So black or pink is like my next color to pick out, I guess. Which is good, because I don't read a lot of those colors for some reason. I don't know. So whatever I'm going to pick, I'll let you guys know. But I just thought I'll show you guys what I'm currently reading in this video as well. So the next prompt we have is read a short book. Whatever you think short is, read that book. It could be a graphic novel, it could be a collection of short stories. Anything that's under 250 pages, we want you to try and get those books off your shelf. Read a book with a great first sentence. Every single book has a great first sentence, whether that's good or bad. Hopefully it's good. So you just have to find a book with a great first sentence. Next one is finish/catch up on a series. So if you're in the middle of a series, like if you're in the middle of a trilogy and you just need to read book 2 and 3 to wrap up that trilogy, read that second and third book to count for that. Or if you just need to read the finale, if you just need to read the finale of a trilogy, just read that final book of the trilogy, and you'll have that you'll have that challenge completed. Read a book with like in the title. The buzzword for the month of August is the word like. Very excited to show you what I'm reading for that. Next challenge is read a book with LGBTQIA plus rep. So read a book that either has a character from that community or an author from that community. This next one is going to be hard to explain, so let me read this word per word. This is dice roll. Even is the newest book, odd is your oldest book. Find a dice or Google dice roll on Google. One will come up. The dice, and if it's an even number, read your newest book. So for me, my newest book that I bought was yesterday, and that was This Ravenous Fate by Haley Dennings, so I could do this one, or read your oldest book if it's an odd number. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Next challenge is to read a book you have thrifted, borrow, or found in a little free library. If you go to free little libraries, any of those type of books that you can get for cheap or borrowed or gifted are always easy to consume. So try and read one of those. Next one is to pick a book because of its cover. So it's not based off of colors, it's just the cover itself. Read a poll pick. Post a poll on social media or in the Discord with a couple of books or emojis or other hints towards what books they could be choosing, and whatever was chosen based on the poll. So I've already done this one, and I'm actually really shocked that there was a book that won, because I didn't think people would want me to read this one, but I guess y'all voted on it on my YouTube community tab, so thank you so much for that. Excited to share with you guys. And then second to last challenge I have is read a book in your least favorite format. Do you read ebooks? Maybe read it from a physical book, or vice versa. Do you only do audiobooks? Maybe you should try physically reading and all that. So whatever your least favorite format. Mine is going to be read an ebook, and that's going to be hard for me because I always am an audiobook person or a physical read person. So I'm going to have to read one of my arcs for that month, or for the month of August. So I'm excited to jump into one of my arcs this month. Next, and the final challenge I have is a book you haven't heard anybody talk about. Find that book that you haven't heard anyone talk about. So literally just an underhyped book. So those are all the challenges we have that are happening this year. And let me go through my list. So the only one I don't have figured out right now is my pick a book based off the colors of the cover, so I'm going to skip that prompt. But the next prompt was to read a short book, read a book under 250 pages, and I literally scoured my books, I guess, if that's the word, but I put these backwards, of course. Sorry, guys. I'm so mad that I did this. So, to read a book that's under 250 pages, I'm going to be reading a graphic novel this month. I'm going to be reading Homebody by Theo Parshis. I'm so sorry for butchering it. This is a non-fiction, or it's an autobiographic graphic novel. I don't know. I don't know what the term is for this one. I just know that it's from Epic Reads, and I always trust their publishing companies for like the book reviews, and the artwork in here seems super cute and like easy to follow along. Maybe it's hard to show you guys, but yeah, this is less than 250 pages according to Goodreads, so I'm super excited to read a new book by an author I never heard of before, and also to finally read a couple of my library books that I have, so very happy for that. Stay up there and do not fall. So the next challenge is to read a book with a great first sentence. For me, I picked Harris Takes All by Emily Webberly and Austin Sigma-Broca. The reason why I picked this is because literally the first sentence of this book sold me. I'll read it to you guys because I love reading it out loud. This one says, I really shouldn't have worn heels to my very first heist. I'm like, what? I'm sold, and I love a good heist story, and I think this is a YA thriller this time around from these author duo, so I'm super stoked for this. This was on my June most anticipated reads video as well, so hopefully I love this one in the month of August. But that first line though, huh? The next challenge I have is to finish or catch up on a series. I'm so excited for this one. I'm going to be wrapping up the Children of Blood and Bone trilogy by Tomi Adeyemi. I am so happy and excited to say that I have this in my hands now. Oh my freaking goodness. I waited 4 flippin' years for this finale. Also, stenciled edges. Yes, please. So this is the third and final book of the Children in Blood and Bone trilogy. I absolutely love books 1 and 2, so I'm excited to see where we go in the finale. I've been hearing mixed things, mostly good and then bad, but I've been hearing mixed things about the finale itself, so I'm nervous for that part, but I'm curious to see what I will think of this. So hopefully, again, this will motivate me to wrap up another series this month, because I'm going to need it. Then we have is to read a book with the word like in the title, because the buzzword is the word like, and I have one that I'm actually excited about, and that is Blood Like Magic by Leslie Sambury. Now this is a duology, so if I do love book 1, I'll continue on with book 2. I don't have that on my TBR this month just because I want to save it for September, but I did started this before with my bookmark in here. I didn't get too far into it because I think I got to like 3 chapters in before I was like, you know what, let me restart this and see if I will like it a second time around. And again, this has the word like in it, so it works for that. Next challenge is read a book with LGBTQIA rep, and so for me, I am picking another one of my newest ones, and that is For Edis and a Funeral by Fradia Abiki Adiyami and Adiba Jagara, I think. I am so sorry for butchering your guys' name and the title. I'm pretty sure I did. This sounds like such a fun, cute, maybe lighthearted summer read. I actually just got my audiobook hold for this, so I'm ready to devour a new book by these ladies. I'm excited to see what these two authors what their writing will look like together, because I read both books by these authors as individuals and loved each of them, so I'm excited to see what they're going to do together. And again, another one of my most anticipated reads, and hopefully I will love it. If I don't, I'm going to be so sad. Sorry for the awkward pauses. Next one is Dice Roll. I'm going to skip that one and wait for the end of the video to show you guys. And then we have read a book you thrifted or borrowed or found in a free little library. So I took this as read a book you were gifted, and I always count my owl crates towards this challenge because I need to read more of my owl crate books. I have a lot of them sitting on my shelf. So my newest my newest owl crate book that I got recently besides the month of July was Of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chen. This is a stunning not stenciled, but sprayed edges of a blue. This is actually like the blue that I want to paint my room this summer. So hopefully I love this one. This is a YA fantasy standalone, first book of a new series. I don't know. I'm curious to see how this will go, but I know this is a debut novel by this author, so I'm excited to dive into a new world, and I hear this is perfect for fans of Mulan, so really happy to read not only a debut novel, but a Mulan inspired retelling, and to read an owl crate book. 3 challenges in one, so very stoked for that. And then we have to read a book based off of its cover. And so for me, I absolutely love the cover of Destroy the Day by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the third and final book of this trilogy. You guys know I've been meaning to wrap up this trilogy ever since I bought it back in January. Yes, January. You heard that. I honestly just been avoiding me reading this finale because I love book 1 and 2. Book 2 actually hurt my heart, and I'm scared to see what's going to happen in this finale. A lot of people have cried in this final book, so I really don't want to say goodbye to this series at all. I love this trilogy, and I'm scared to say goodbye. And it's chunky too, so wish me luck, I guess. And then next challenge is to read a book based off of a poll pick. And for me, I was really shocked that you guys wanted me to read this one. And this one won out of all the 5 books that I put on the poll originally. And so that is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. And this is a beautiful Fairy Loot edition that I got when I was trying Fairy Loot out for the first time last year. And I haven't read this one yet, and it's been sitting on my shelf for over a year now. So I'm actually happy you guys are making me read this, because I'm curious to see what I'll think of this. And it's honestly just a stunning cover overall. I'm actually meeting Axio in the month of August as well, because she's going to be attending the Adeline Grace book event. So I'm so excited to meet 2 authors that I know and love. So I'm excited to meet Axio in the month of August, and to meet Adeline Grace as well. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I am so sorry. And the final book that we have to share today is to read a book you haven't heard anyone talk about. And I'm sure people are talking about this book, but I'm just haven't seen it on my platforms in a while. And I think Fairy Loot did this one. So that is A Feather So Black by Lyra Saline. This is the first in an adult fantasy trilogy. I know book 2 is supposed to come out in February of next year, so we will have a long wait to wait for book 2, but I'm excited to dive into this. I bought this at Barnes & Noble earlier this year in the month of March, I think, but this sounds like something I would love. It says, in a kingdom where magic has been lost, Fea is a rare changeling, left behind by the wicked fair folk, where they stole the High Queen's daughter, Ella, and retreated behind the locked gates of the folk realm. Like, yes please. And I think this is the author's debut fantasy novel for adults. I know she's written a couple YA books, so I'm excited to see how her writing has changed, and it's also another chunky book. So there you have it. Those are all the books that I'm reading for Readathin this month, for the month of August. Are you guys reading any of these? Let me know down in the comments below. Editing me will come in and let you guys know about the dice roll, and to see what book I picked for based off the colors prompt as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a big thumb up. Hit the subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll talk to you guys down in the comments below. Let's see, since there's a lot of purple happening right in this area, let's leave a purple heart emoji if you made it all the way through the video. And I'll talk to you guys down below. Love you guys. Bye. Hello, bookish friends. I totally forgot to tell you guys what my prompt was, or what my book was for each of the prompts that I didn't show in my TBR video. So, as I said, my last read... Ooh, I'm going to move you guys real quick. My last read was going to be, and I was super right, because... my iPad does not want to move. My last read for the month of July was House of Marion by J.L. This is the first in a YA fantasy trilogy, and I'm so excited to say I love this one, although this is not a wrap-up video. So my next colors that I have to pick is either pink or black, because it's mostly black, and it's also pink on the spine and on the end pages and also on the inside. So I think I want to do a color for both. So I do have a book that's a black cover, and I'm actually excited for it. It's one that's been on my TBR for a while, but I just finally have an excuse to get to it. So for picking a color, picking your next read based off the colors of the cover, I'm going to be reading Light Lark by Alex Asterd. This is the first book in a new trilogy. Book 3 comes out this fall, and then I've been hearing nothing but amazing things about books 1 and 2. My friend Lori read this recently, and she said she gave it 5 stars. So I'm excited to see what I think of this, and I'm excited to dive into a new to me author and a new to me series. And then for a book that is pink, I will probably do... Oh, I have one right here as well. I just got this one recommended to me by a friend of mine on Bookstagram, on Instagram, Bookstagram, I guess. And so I will be reading The Poisons We Drink by Bethany Baptiste. This is a YA fantasy standalone novel, I believe. Sorry for the noises, it's trash day and the trash people are here. This is a YA fantasy standalone, so I feel like this will be such a fun read and maybe an interesting read. So, and it's a BIPOC author, which we love. So, 2 new authors for me to discover and see if I will love their reads. And now let's do my dice roll, because I totally forgot to do the dice roll. Let me look up on Google real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know which website this is, but this is the dice that I'm going to be using for this prompt. As you can see, 2 normal dices, and I am going to roll the dice, and I think if it's an even number, it's a new book you have from your TBR, or if it's an odd number, it's one of your oldest books on your TBR. So, let's roll the dice once. Ooh, 7. So 12. Yeah, so 12. That's an even number. Ooh, a new book. So I can do a new book on my TBR. Yay! Okay, how exciting is that, you guys? I get to use one of my new books that I literally just bought this week, so I'm so excited. Although this is an August new release, I did bought it in the month of July, so it still counts as like one of my newest books. And that is Ami by S.J. Jones. I read book 1 earlier this year and absolutely loved it. Gave it 4 out of 5 stars, so I'm excited to continue on with this trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. Is it? I don't know. Anyways, I love book 1. It was such a fun, like, sci-fi fantasy read, and it was interesting too. So I'm excited to see where we go from book 2. These covers together are so stunning. So happy to have this on my TBR, and yeah, that's it. That's editing me jumping into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Bye. Editing Drew is back. Hi guys, so I realized that I didn't show you which arc I'm gonna be reading for my ebook. Although I do, well, never mind. I was gonna say, although I do own this one, I decided to change it. I am going to be reading, because this comes out September 3rd, and I want to try and get to this before the actual release date, and I just read book 1, so, sorry, I'm trying to get to the cover. So I would love to get to the sequel on my Readathin TBR. I don't know how big this book is, to be honest, but I just read book 1, we just talked about it in this video. And so I would like to try and get to Shadows of Pearl by J.L. This is the 2nd book in the House of Marion trilogy. Thank you so much, Penguin Teen, for sending me an e-arc of this. I cannot wait to read this in the month of August. So this is going to be the challenge of to read a book in your least favorite format. And for me, mine is going to be an ebook. And so I'm going to be reading one of my arcs. That way I can get it off my NetGalley list and to send my review into Penguin Teen early. And I hope to do that for you guys. So yeah, that is everything I believe I've talked about in today's video. Hope you enjoy.